Hello everyone and welcome back to the Flight Chip. We're back for more. And I wanted to talk about the Kirby series. I know, shocker, we're really breaking new ground. Oh, it's wide. We're breaking new ground with talking about the Kirby series while playing Kirby. No one's ever done this before. But nah. So this is Kirby's Dream Land. We've talked about Kirby's Dream Land a lot while playing Kirby's Dream Land because it's Kirby's Dream Land. I mean, it's Kirby's Dream Land. Whatever decided we're going to do, we're playing Kirby's Dream Land. Talking about Kirby's Dream Land number, not this one. Maybe. Be really lame, though. But now we are going to talk about Kirby's Dream Land number, not this one, because we ran out of things to say about Kirby number this one. Well, this is not a number at all. So instead of Kirby not number, this one is Kirby not number. Does that make sense?
No.
Good. So, so let's just go through these games. After Kirby, not this one, after Kirby not, after Kirby's Dream Land not numbered, Kirby's Dream Land the original, the first one, comes Kirby's Adventure. So that's gonna be fun, right?
Yeah, I've had good experience with Kirby's Adventure.
Like,
I've played through multiple times, and yeah, it's fun. I don't think I've ever like 100%ed it because it has the hidden switches, but like,
yeah,
it doesn't tell you what levels the hidden switches are in.
Well, that's what walkthroughs are for.
Yeah,
that's the one thing I have, like, the determination to do all of this, like, with a giant, like this entire, like, no damage run, but not the determination to just find the switches. Like, that's too much work. Hope they're in the same place in extra game. But yeah, so this is the close to 100% we're gonna get. I'm having fun. Because we're gonna 100% all the Kirby games. Some might say it's a Herculean task and not worth it and a bad idea. But I'm the king of Herculean tasks that are not worth it and bad ideas. So really, I think we're on a good start. Watch after this. After this. Go to our podcast where we review every single thing on Disney Plus to exist, and other such terrible ideas that I've actually had at one point in time. Some of which I actually decided not to do. But we're already doing this one. So sorry. Anywho. Besides doing this, I don't think Kirby's Adventure is going to give us too much trouble.
Right.
Like that.
Yeah.
I've got to wait there again. But it's going to be interesting. You won't be by my side, which will be better because I can actually use the headphones I like without having to use the splitter. So there'll be that upside. I'll be able to save. We won't have to, like, do a giant run like this.
Save states, so
yeah,
if there's ever a point where you need save states.
I don't think I'm gonna use save states for Kirby's Adventure because number one, I don't think I'm gonna need to use them
like as a quick save kind of thing in the extra mode.
Oh, yeah. I might. I kind of want to try and do extra mode 100 all run. I know. Just.
Really.
Are you really? Just because, like, otherwise I'm just playing the game again.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, without being tired and sad at the end of it, what's the point? Sorry, he's really trying to resist telling me why this is a bad idea because he knows I know, but I don't think I've heard extra game doesn't do as much.
Yeah, I really haven't heard much about it, but I think the main thing about it is just lower health.
Yeah, I can deal with that.
Yeah. Another thing about Kirby's Adventure is the 3DS version isn't actually what I would consider the better version. I prefer the Dream Collection version of that one because the 3DS version actually patched out some of the glitches in the original game, yeah. And there's this just really fun glitch that...
Why again?
There's this really fun glitch in Kirby's Adventure that, like, I just really liked, and it's just not... I don't like not being able to do it.
Yeah.
I don't think it really hurts anything. It's more just, like, interesting. It's basically a glitch that lets you keep certain abilities after taking damage.
Yeah, it's the UFO one, but it's really cool. But, yeah, it was removed. That's how it be sometimes.
But, like, the Dream Collection version still has that in, whereas the 3DS version patched it out.
Yeah, disappointment. It rules us all at some point.
So, yeah,
What?
I don't think I really have anything else to say on Kirby's Adventure.
I mean, I think Kirby's Adventure is like still a good starting place.
It's a pretty solid game.
And it's also like it's even still a good starting place to play if you
play it on. Oh yeah, NES Online. It's on NES Online.
Yeah,
That's
you
probably
can
the
play
best
it
version
for
because
free.
it has.
It's the version we're using.
Yeah, it's basically the Dream Collection version, but it has save states now. So.
And it's probably like not only does it have save states, but it probably has the probably is the best looking.
Yeah.
As Kirby's Adventure, so like you can't do too much, but but I expect that to be a fun time.
I mean, its control is naturally going to be better than this game because it had like the dash and the slide.
Oh yeah, it had like
like the dash mainly.
That would have been but the slide would be so useful in this game.
Yeah.
Like so many times I'm like, wow, a slide would be nice, but just running would be cool too. Running's one of the things that you don't really think about, you just do.
Yeah.
And then when you can't do it, it's like, oh, I just feel slow now.
Yeah.
Like, and Kirby moves decently fast here, but like, it's weird that you can't do it. Oh, I finally remembered to do this. Strategy that actually works. But yeah, so yeah, I'm excited for Kirby Adventure though. It's a good game, and if you're not interested in if you're not specifically interested in this version of Kirby's moveset, it's probably the best place to get your start, because it still holds up really well today. And one of the few NES games that I would say truly, like, it's almost like it hasn't aged at all, except for a few ways in which it definitely has. But
yeah.
So it's like not that
it's one of those rare really good NES games.
And that's like
compared to the shovelware that is the rest of
but not
NES
even
Online.
Just that, because there's good NES games, but then there's also that's the difference between good NES games that are still that you don't have to because a lot of good NES games are good, but you have to remind yourself every 5 seconds, oh yeah, it's also an NES game.
Yeah.
Because there's all the annoyances you have to deal with. And it's one of the games it's like, oh, this is a good game, and you don't have to think about the fact that it's a good NES game. Because, they just did a good NES game and just oh, it's just a good game. Because Mario, an NES game, that's the good NES game, but, playing it today.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I wish it's not the best experience playing, Mario today.
Yeah.
The original Mario Bros. It's what I would call it's what I would call okay and somewhat frustrating at sometimes.
Yeah. Especially World 8 just being built out of bad level design.
Well, yeah. Dang apples. Them's the apples. That's not the phrase, is it? What's the phrase with the apples?
I don't know.
Come on, what's the apple phrase? Them's the apples, that's what we're gonna say. I know it's wrong, but I'm gonna say them's the apples. Them's the apples. So
Dreamland 2?
Dreamland 2.
Doing that on Game Boy Player, right?
Yeah, we're gonna do the Game Boy Player game.
I really don't have prior experience. I know I made it to World 3 farther back than I can remember.
We're probably gonna use a walkthrough on that one.
Oh, right, because it has the...
Yeah, you have to get some
collectibles.
specific stuff for that game.
Yeah.
I don't want to start out using a walkthrough. Maybe we'll do a playthrough and then we'll go back and get the stuff. But that might be an unnecessary second playthrough that's more annoying. So it might just be a more coherent and better just to do it all in one and use the walkthrough.
Maybe.
Is there an
What if
extra
we
game
look-
in Dreamland 2?
I don't know.
I don't think
What
so.
if we looked up what levels the rainbow drops are in?
Well, aren't they in all the levels?
Are they?
I don't know. Can you tell that we don't know much about this game? For some reason, Dreamland 2 and Dreamland 3 are the two games that I own on the collection, but haven't really done much with.
Same here. Like, I'm all over, like, Superstar and...
Like, I beat 64.
back into it. I didn't beat 64, but I played that a lot more than Dreamland 2 and Dreamland 3.
I actually quite like 64.
Yeah, 64 is fun.
And I like the characters in 64.
Yeah.
But... what about... Before Kirby Dreamland 2, there's, spin-offs.
Oh, right.
Because
I forgot that.
Because remember, the list officially goes, Adventure, then, like...
It's Pinball Land, isn't it?
Yeah, Pinball Land's after Adventure. And Pinball Land is... Kirby's Pinball Land is, it's pinball.
You're gonna drag me over to your house one day, and we're gonna record Kirby's Pinball Land.
Yeah, isn't that fun? You look excited, Sammy. He's not excited.
I don't even know where, like, Block Ball and Star Stacker fall in these.
Yeah. But, are you expecting... What do you expect out of Pinball Land?
I expect it to last a day, and not much happens. Not just gonna happen.
There's gonna be a day of, like, playing Pinball Land, and we're gonna beat it in 5 seconds.
I'm expecting, after we finish that, our thought is mainly just gonna be, why did we just do that?
Yeah, but then again, my thought on Dreamland was, oh, it exists. I really like that part.
I
So
don't see this happening.
I actually quite like the Mass Attack pinball board thing.
Yeah.
Kirby Brawl Ball?
Yeah, that was fun. But, like, that was...
No,
I think that was cool because it was, like, packed with, like, Kirby references and, like, classic...
That didn't
with
exist
just
yet.
Yeah, so this is just pinball, but Kirby's the ball. The only game they really can reference are...
Dreamland Adventure.
Yeah.
Probably
I
Dreamland.
think the only game they really do reference is Dreamland.
Probably Dreamland because it's on the Game Boy. Man, this year we did have a lot of ideas about what to do with Kirby. He's a ball. Like that. That way, like there's like 50 billion spin-offs, and like and most of them are, hey, Kirby's a ball. We could do something with that. Other things are also balls. Oh, we're geniuses. That's like the thought process between that.
Like Mass Attack's Kirby Brawl Ball had like those really cool boss battles.
Yeah. Anyway,
Like, and it was really cool seeing like, oh hey, it's Heavy Lobster, you know?
I'm expecting it to be fun though.
Yeah. But, like,
You're not really
semi-unnecessary.
But then again, nothing feels unnecessary after you've played Kirby Slide.
True. Did you actually play?
I haven't bought it yet. Yeah, Kirby Slide, that's a game we're gonna play. But I might have accidentally already played it, because I looked up Kirby Slide and I was like, oh, there's an online sliding puzzle, and I looked it up and apparently it's the same image. So, I might have just played an online version, because it's literally, it's Kirby Slide.
You could just build that on like Scratch or something.
What's Scratch?
It's like a programming kind of. It's like a website where like
It's not a good
it's
game.
like a. It's like a coding thing.
I'd say it's not a good game, but then again, it's not really a game, so that wouldn't even, like, apply. But it sure is funny. Like, I just can't get over it. I don't know why I find Kirby Slide's existence so funny. Probably because the game existing is very laughable. like probably one person who really likes Kirby Star is like, man, they're just trashing my favorite Kirby game for no reason. But yeah.
So.
And after that comes Dream Course.
Oh, right.
Which is when we're gonna have to do this again. Or well, no, we'll be apart, but like, we should take Dream Course like a course at a time.
Yeah.
For recording session. Episode length, obviously. Yeah.
That's another one where you can use SNES Online's 2-player mode to.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be nice.
Share me the screen.
See, that's the thing I am hoping for. The other thing is, I'm hoping to find episode breaks, because with the editing, we don't really know how long these are going to be. So episode length breaks that aren't length-based.
Right.
Like, just to, like, make sure I have enough footage, because then, like, because those are nice, you know? It's just been nice to have one that isn't just, oh, time's up, let's go.
Right.
So, like, each course would be, but I'm not sure how long it'll take for each course, but at least recording session-wise, each course will be nice. Yeah, I'm still optimistic about Dream Course, but it'll be the next big, like, challenge, I guess. So, yeah, I mean, that's somewhat exciting, somewhat scary. I love having the Game Boy player, like, it just opens up so much, and it's just cool, it's so cool to have, and just to be using. I don't know, that was not a hard run for him, but he was just not, like, refusing to, like, get in hit. Like, dang, that was still, like, it was a long, yet pretty easy run. Don't do that. Alright, I'm going too slow there. Hey Sammy, I have an idea. It's probably just getting cut out, but let's start talking when we get to like the woods part. So like, because then we can just cut out the part we've already seen a bunch of times as much, so we don't have to keep this part in as much. More exciting, I guess. Yeah, I'm keeping all the deaths in because I think it'd be good for them to see, like, for the audience to see, it'll give them a taste of how long this took, and they'll appreciate this better. Or they'll just think I'm an idiot more. I don't know. You know what I was going to talk about earlier that I never got to? Normalcy. I mean, what is normal? Well, like, like, you shouldn't just, like, conform to what's normal, right?
Right, normal is what society decides is normal, but, like...
It doesn't really exist. It's not a real thing.
Right, it's kinda abstract, like...
You wanna know what else?
It's
like,
what everybody else does,
yeah.
So, like...
It's somewhat pointless.
Yeah.
But you wanna know what I think is interesting? What is weird? If weird is just not normal, then isn't weird just as pointless as normal? But a lot of people will identify as like they're outside the system. But if the system doesn't even really exist, then doesn't this opposite of the system also not really exist?
Huh.
I say because I'm like, I have pride in your strangeness. But then again, if your strangeness is just a bunch of traits that just happen to not fall inside the societal norms, then are you really, then what's the difference between, like, being normal? Like, because if normalcy doesn't exist, then does being weird exist?
Well, it's a lot I would say it's a lot easier to be normal.
Yeah. Well, I guess because it's lined up with the.
So there's a point to not being.
And I guess it's good to encourage people, like, people to, like, I don't know. It's good to encourage people not to be ashamed of their quirks, but it's weird, like, because it will become, like, a thing. Like, and I've done it myself, like, part of my identity is that I'm strange. But what's the difference? What counts as strange versus... It's interesting because you never... Because it's all about, like... Oh, like, people are saying weirdness makes you special, but, like, does weirdness make you any more special than someone who isn't weird if none of it really matters in the first place? I've thought a lot about this. This is fascinating to me because, like, it's like taking it beyond, like, because there's rejection of normal, but then, like, the rejection of specifically it's an interesting thought experiment to me. Like, the idea, like, it's somewhat of a false dichotomy. Two things that don't...
Wait.
What?
Wait.
Oh, wait! Ah! I did it! Yeah, let's finish this run and then, like... then we'll, head it off. But, yeah, I don't know, I thought that was... And there's the end of the run. But yeah, I thought it was just interesting. So, yeah. Thanks for flying with the flight chip. Yeah, bye.